Shares in Aecon Group under pressure. The construction company announced an additional $237 million in charges related to legacy projects, older projects. Let's get more on that and other market movers from Bloomberg's Stephanie Hughes. Stephanie, thanks for coming on the show. Update us on Aecon, if you would, please.
Of course, Andy. So those shares of Aecon dropped as much as 18% today. That was the biggest intraday decline since October. And like you mentioned, that came after some of the losses that were incurred there. That caused BMO Capital Markets to downgrade the infrastructure firm to a market perform rating from a market outperform rating. So that's the equivalent of going from a buy rating to a hold. And this was because BMO called the company's legacy fixed price projects discouraging. So late Friday, Aecon stated that it would incur $127 million in charges related to a settlement in the Coastal GasLink project, and anticipated around $110 million in additional costs for 3 other legacy projects. Devin Dodge from BMO said this presents a more pronounced cash flow drag for the rest of this year that could even bleed over into 2025. So traders are really reacting to all of this in the first trading day coming out of the long weekend there. Another company I'm looking at is First Quantum. Had a much better day than Aecon there. Those shares are up as much as 7.7% today, reversing course from a short-lived drop on Friday. And that comes after a Reuters report from later on Friday saying that the miner will launch a formal arbitration proceedings against Panama after the country closed down the Cobre Panama mine in November. So the report added that this move coincides with a new administration in Panama that could help shape the mine's future in the country. So all of this was according to sources that were not named in the report there, Andy. Another interesting detail I got to say about this mine is that the IMF is now expecting Panama's GDP growth to slow to 2.5% in 2024. That's down from the 7.3% expected or recorded a year earlier. And the IMF said it was due in a great part to the closure of this mine. So it seems like the impacts of this closure seem to go beyond First Quantum there, Andy.
Yeah, we were discussing this story earlier. Presumably the government, if possible, would like to get cover to reopen the mine, but it'll be tricky given the big demonstrations we saw.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation there, Andy. It's kind of seems like, not to use a mining pun here, but rock in a hard place. So it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of develops for First Quantum. But it seems like there's been a lot of demonstrations against it. There's been analyst or investor support for the reopening of the mine, but it's going to take time to see what the next few months deliver and what this new administration sees as the future of this mine.
Stephanie, thank you very much indeed. That's Bloomberg's Stephanie Hughes.